I'm Alison Gill, CEO of Volatile. I wanted to take a moment to discuss reviewing board effectiveness through the pandemic. The coronavirus pandemic represents a global moment of change, in which the patterns of hundreds of millions of people's lives have been forcefully interrupted. Individuals, businesses, local and global communities, no one has been left untouched. As many businesses restart, I want to take a moment to consider the importance of taking time to review and reflect. While some underlying business models remain strong, others will be severely challenged. In either situation, there'll be lessons that can be learnt, both in terms of how well prepared was the business to deal with a crisis, what has been decided by the board, and how effectively the board and executive have worked together throughout the pandemic crisis. These lessons may be important and useful as we move into what is likely to be an unpredictable and volatile recovery phase. From a governance and transparency perspective, it is always useful to have an independent view. From Vovalco's perspective, we believe that the best board reviews provide individual directors and the board as a whole with a more informed dialogue about how they're working together. Data from reviews that we've facilitated indicate that what directors value the most is the space to think and talk confidentially, without judgment or prejudice about what the board is focused on, and more importantly, how effective it is at doing so. The process, the quality of the dialogue, and the opportunity to be listened to impartially about how things are working and what might help is invaluable. With the right skills and mindsets, it's possible to hold these conversations effectively via video conference or telephone. Why review now? Many directors might feel that their workload is too great and that there's too much going on, and that it's better to pause and put a review on sometime in the future. However, we know from research that the window of opportunity to learn from crisis situations is short, with memories quickly fading and reframing what was said, how we felt about it, and the outcome and the impact. In summary, individuals and groups are subject to biases and memory deficits, which typically reduce the accuracy of recollection after a very short period of time. To maximise learning, early review is critical. Noticing how we feel in response to change, making sense of what we experience, and processing these thoughts is critical to both individual and group learning. Cementing what has been learnt creates the mental capacity to think forward and actively seek new ways of doing things. Reflection and review are key skills required to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset enables leaders to embrace ambiguity and uncertainty. Active review is best achieved through carefully posed questions that stimulate deep reflection and enhance awareness of what has changed. The language used and the framing of questions makes a difference to the quality and authenticity of response. Typically, the better the questions, the more value that will be achieved. An external board reviewer is trained in facilitation and enabling openness, which encourages the board to derive actionable insights from a review. Finally, in the pandemic, our systems of governance are being challenged. If we are to learn out of this experience how to make governance more effective, we must take a step back now to discern the different factors that are at play in helping or hindering boards to do their work well. If you're interested to find out more about how Vovalco can help you review your board effectiveness through the pandemic, please get in touch via our website www.vovalco.com or email us at tellmemore@vovalco.com. I look forward to hearing from you and hopefully working with you in the future.